he was qualified, so he whipped his ass, while he was in there. Now, the other stuff that happened, it went down the way it did, man.
I would like to wish you all the Brits go fuck yourself.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Grey Talks Wrestling. Hope you're all doing well and you're ready for another preview. It's time to talk about WrestleMania. It's time to talk about WrestleMania 40, the first WrestleMania without the McMahon family in control. Leading into this WrestleMania, we've had injuries to CM Punk. We've had all the stuff surrounding Vince McMahon and Brock Lesnar. The less said about them, the better. And obviously, this card had to be reshuffled and changed. Plans had to be changed. But I think they've done a good job overall, building up and leading into this WrestleMania, considering what they had to go through. I think The Rock coming in was a good call. He's kind of saved the day a little bit. They had plans, obviously, to do something with The Rock. Then they changed those plans. Now The Rock's doing something else. Maybe that's something to do with CM Punk and Brock Lesnar as well. The Rock having to do something else. In my opinion, I think that's why there was all the confusion there with Cody and everything going on there. Was Cody the person supposed to win the Royal Rumble? Who knows? Did they have called an audible in the ring? Go watch that CM Punk interview with Ariel Helwani. Very interesting. Very interesting. It's called that CM Punk's going to be a part of WrestleMania. This WrestleMania is going to be really good, in my opinion. It's going to be one of the best of all time, in my opinion. The cards are stacked. The date and the nights are stacked. In my opinion, night one kind of edges out night two. But even though we've still got Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes too, will the story end? Will the story finish for Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania? Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows what's going to go down? I do. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to spoil it all for you. So let's get to it, shall we? Let's talk about night one. And we're going off of Wikipedia, of course. We all know everything on there is complete gospel and truth. No lies at all. All 100% fact. So let's kick it off with the first match they've got on there for night one. And it is for the Women's Championship, the Women's World Championship, should I say. The defending champion, Rhea Ripley, going up against the winner of the Elimination Chamber, the man, Becky Lynch. And this story, I've got to say, the last 2 weeks has been really good. The stuff they've done with Rhea and with Becky in ring and the brawls and everything they've done there, really, really good. But before that, it's kind of like they'd forgotten that they were fighting each other at WrestleMania. Becky won the Elimination Chamber and starts feuding with Nia Jax and other people like that and getting in a thing with Liv Morgan and kind of forgot about Rhea Ripley a little bit. Rhea Ripley's playing in the clubhouse with the Judgment Day and just hanging out there and not doing much, really. Then they finally remembered 2 weeks ago, oh, these two have actually got to face each other at WrestleMania. We might as well build some heat. We might as well do something. Rhea Ripley mentions Becky's kid and we're off to the races. It's going to be a good match, though, compared to the build. The matches that they will deliver, no doubt. These are two of the best women in the ring and they've got in the WWE, in my opinion. It will be a very good match. And throughout this, I'm going to tell you what I think they will do and what I think they should do. If I was the booker, what I would do. But I'm not the booker. We'll find out what their booker will do and what I think that their booker will do. I think they'll put Becky Lynch over. I do. I think it's the wrong decision. I do. I think it should be Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley should be going over, but I think it's going to be Becky Lynch getting the win. So that is my pick. Becky Lynch to get the win here in the first match of this show. Where they go from there, I don't know. Am I looking forward to another run with a babyface Becky as your champion? Not really. I've seen it all before. There's so much more they could do with Rhea Ripley, especially if they pull her away from the Judgment Day, because that's just going nowhere. Now they're going around in circles with that faction, and I think some of them would be far better off breaking away from them and seeing what they can do on their own, maybe for a little while. Rhea Ripley, one of them, really. I think she's ready. She really is. Second match we're talking about is for another championship on this night. It is the IC Championship, the Intercontinental Championship. It is the defending the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time, Gunther, going up against Sami Zayn. It just doesn't feel the same for Zayn. It doesn't, as it did last year heading into WrestleMania. There isn't really that feeling anymore that the whole fan or the whole crowd are behind him. The whole fan base is behind him. I think more people wanted Chad Gable to be in this position. Really, doesn't feel right. Supposedly Gunther was supposed to be going up against Brock Lesnar, and this is the replacement, Sami Zayn. No disrespect to Sami Zayn, and the story they've told has been half decent. I can't lie, I have kind of enjoyed it, and where they go from here, there is a way to take the title off of Gunther and keep him kind of strong, and keep the momentum going and move him up into the main event picture, into the world title picture. Excuse me. Let's have Sami Zayn win the title, I suppose. A better place than ever. Right time, I don't know. Right person, I don't think so. But Sami Zayn is the chosen person, I believe, to take the title. How I would do it is I'd have Chad Gable get involved and cost Gunther the match. Have a bit of controversy surrounding this match. And Sami Zayn obviously wouldn't know about it. He'd be unaware that he'd won. He'd be elated that he'd won. And then maybe find out weeks later that, or the next night, that he didn't actually do it. Then he has a match or a feud with Chad Gable, and they go from there. Like Chad Gable saying the only reason you won it was because of me, and I helped you. And yeah, they could go there down that road, I suppose. And then Chad Gable wins the title, and then we see an Intercontinental run with Chad Gable, which I'm sure a lot of people want to see. I'm not too overly excited about another Intercontinental run for Sami Zayn, to be honest with you. If not, then keep the title on Gunther for a little bit longer and have someone else take it off of him. Sami Zayn hasn't got the same heat he had a year ago. But I'm picking Sami Zayn to win anyway. I do believe that's what's going to happen. Tag team titles are on the line in the 6-pack challenge or ladder match or clusterfuck, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be dreadful. It's going to be 11 guys. I've had enough of these multi-man ladder matches. This is not the match I was hoping for and the match I thought they were building to. The match I thought they were building to was the Awesome Truth versus the Judgment Day. That's the one that clearly makes sense. And if you're going to do this, if you're going to do a ladder match, why not have people that actually have been feuding with the Judgment Day over the year be in this match? I mean, we've seen DIY have a title shot and they failed. We've seen the New Day 1,000 times and they failed. We've seen New Catch Republic. For me, I would have put the other members of the Judgment Day in there. Have Dominic Mysterio and JD McDonough form a team and have a bit of controversy there within the Judgment Day. They could have taken one of those spots. And then you put Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee maybe in there. They fill one of those spots. You could also put Santos Escobar and, I don't know, one of his friends in there with him. Maybe even Andrade. Team them up together. Throw them in there. It could have worked. And then you've got, at least the story would have been told better. And then you've got the Awesome Truth in there as well. There's stories in there all over. But we've got what we've got anyway. We've got the Judgment Day defending the titles against DIY, New Day, Theory and Waller, and the New Catch Republic, and the Awesome Truth, of course, who I believe are going to be going over in this one. The story's there. It should have been a straight tag team match, in my opinion, but they're doing this mess anyway. I don't know why. Getting as many people on WrestleMania on the card, I suppose. That's the only good thing I can see out of this. Other than that, I don't know why they are doing it, and I don't know why they're doing this match either. The build to this has been dreadful. Dominic Mysterio and Santos Escobar versus Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee. Build to this has been pathetic. Dominic costs Rey Mysterio a match against Santos. Next week, they're in the ring. Rey Mysterio and the LW over there. Carlito's right behind him. People are calling for Carlito to be the partner against Dominic Mysterio and Santos Escobar. They announced that match, and then we find out that it's going to be Dragon Lee, Dragon Lee is very, very, very good. He's a great luchador, very entertaining in the ring to watch. But it was a bit of a wet fart, really, wasn't it? When he was announced by Rey Mysterio, like the crowd went silent, the crowd went dead. They wanted Carlito, poor Carlito, standing there, just forgotten about man, really. Just it was a bit sad, really. That it was here, that he wasn't chosen to be in this match. It would have made a lot more sense than seeing Dragon Lee in there. But anyway, it is what it is. We move on anyway to what is the next announced match, and what I think will be a very good match, and what I think maybe should even open the show. We've had brother versus brother 30 years ago, and it was one of the best WrestleMania matches, one of the best matches of all time, in my opinion. For me, in my taste, it was great. We've had another brother versus brother match that wasn't so good. And this one, I think, will deliver. It'll be on more of the levels of the first one, I'm hoping. Two very talented individuals, a great tag team. The build to it hasn't been great. Kind of forgotten about with everything else that's been going on with the bloodline. They could have told more. They could have done more of a story here. Kind of lazy build to this one as well. But again, I'm hoping this match will deliver. And yeah, if it's up to me, I'm putting this first match out and I'm having Jey Uso win. I'm thinking Jey Uso's going to win. I wouldn't mind Jimmy winning, though, because Jimmy's been fantastic in what they have done with these two. They broke them up, months ago now? SummerSlam, was it? When Jimmy turned on Jey in the end after losing those titles and everything that happened there. At last WrestleMania, it was around SummerSlam, I believe, if I can remember correctly. And then Jey leaves to go to Raw, and then they just completely separate for quite some time. And then all of a sudden, Jimmy turns up on Raw a couple of weeks ago and costs Jey the Intercontinental title against Gunther. Gets involved there, and then, yeah, they're building towards WrestleMania. And they haven't done a lot with it, really. A couple of times they show up and have a few words. Nothing much has happened. They had a brawl or two here or there within the Bloodline story with Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins and The Rock and Roman Reigns. It's kind of been lost in the shuffle a little bit. They could have done more with it, in my opinion. They could have told more of a story. There's probably going to be a little bit more told on SmackDown on Friday, but we'll see where they go. And I do believe this will be a very good match, one of the better matches of night one, in my opinion. And in my opinion, it should open the show. It would be kind of cool having brother versus brother, 30 years on, the anniversary of Bret versus Owen, and have Jimmy versus Jey open the show for night one. And like I said, I think Jey's going over, but I wouldn't mind if it was Jimmy. Wouldn't mind at all. The next match up is a tag team match. 6-person tag team, or 6-woman tag team match, should I say. And again, the build has been okay. Haven't mind this. Damage Control still in control on SmackDown, and it was Naomi who was fighting them on her own, and then Bianca gets involved to help her. And I loved how they brought in Jade Cargill on SmackDown. I thought her debut was fantastic. She comes out at the beginning of the show, says a couple of words. That's all you needed to say. She didn't need to say any more than that. She looks like a star. She walks like a star. And at the end of the show, the way she comes out, just glides towards the ring, gets in there and absolutely dominates these women. And she should do. She should do. Look at the size of Damage Control. Look at the size of her. And she absolutely destroys all three of them. And I'm expecting the same at WrestleMania. I'm expecting the image we saw at the end will be the same at WrestleMania. It'll be Jade Cargill, Naomi, and Bianca standing tall over Damage Control. This will be a fun match. It will be fun. Not one of the better matches, but it will be a fun match. Then we get to the main event of night one. The match they have been building to the most. The match that has had a great build since that WrestleMania kickoff where they're all on that stage chatting shit to each other and The Rock slapped Cody. It's been fantastic, especially the stuff between The Rock and Cody. Everything they've done has been phenomenal. I've really, really enjoyed it. From all parts, everyone's been really good. Even though you can see how, The Rock is leagues better than everyone else, but come on. He's a Hollywood star. What do you expect? He is so good. He's leagues better than everyone else. He's put Roman Reigns in his shadow, unfortunately, and Roman Reigns is the world champion. And Cody and Seth have kind of looked like two little kids up against him at certain times. But overall, the story they've told, everything they've done has been really good, and I've really enjoyed it. I can't lie. I'm looking forward to this match. And I'm looking forward to the stipulations involved in this match and the implications involved for night two within this match. It should be really, really good. And I can only see one winner. It's got to be Rock and Roman, surely. You don't beat Roman Reigns on the first night of WrestleMania and then have him lose the second night as well. I can't see that happening. You don't beat The Rock. If you do anything, you have The Rock beat Cody and beat him down badly. Both of them get really beaten down and Cody loses. And he loses that bit of momentum and, oh my gosh, there's no way back for Cody sort of thing. And he has even more of a hill to climb on night two. Has to be Bloodline rules. It has to be. You have to leave it open for people to get involved, in my opinion, and you never know what could happen. I do expect there to be some surprises, some surprise interference, not in this match, but in night two as well. Maybe in this match as well, we might get it, but I expect it more for night two. But this should be a really good match anyway. I'm really looking forward to this one. But my prediction is Roman and Rock to win. I think they're going to be on top for night one. We close with Cody Rhodes in a pool of his own blood, down and out. There's no way back. There's no way he's going to win. And then that just adds more to the story, doesn't it, for night two? It really does. He's got more. The odds are stacked. What is he going to do? What can he do? So that's what I think they're going to do, in my opinion, what they should do for night one. So we have to move to night two. And there's a lot of championship matches on night two. And night two is still going to be really, really good. I'm really looking forward to a few matches. This one in particular, one they haven't really built to. We're going to have CM Punk on commentary. I liked what they did when Punk was involved with these two. That segment was really good on Raw. Other than that, it's kind of like the forgotten about match. Seth Rollins has been far too involved in what's going on with Rock and Cody and Roman Reigns. Like Drew's kind of been forgotten about. But that's okay. Because what's going to happen here is Drew's going to absolutely eat him up. He's going to destroy him. He has to. It has to happen. Drew McIntyre has been phenomenal. He has been outstanding. and leagues better than the Drew McIntyre that lost to Roman Reigns at Clash of the Castle. That Drew McIntyre, the one that was carrying around the sword, Drew McIntyre, that Vince McMahon was trying to make him into William Wallace from Braveheart, Drew McIntyre. It was ridiculous and just stale and boring. That babyface just absolutely sucked. Not in ring, don't get me wrong. Great performer, always has been and always will be. But the potential of him as a heel is so much greater, and he's proving that now. He's been phenomenal in this role, and he needs to be the champion now. The championship needs him more than he needs the championship, in my opinion. It's time to take it off of that walking, talking Fraggle. Straight out of Fraggle Rock, Seth Rollins has to be losing. Has to be. It has to happen. The title will disappear. It's what you were told by the final boss. So guess what's happening at WrestleMania? The title is disappearing from around the waist of Seth Rollins, and we will have Drew McIntyre walking into Clash at the Castle in Scotland as the world champion, in my opinion, and going up against CM Punk. Wouldn't that be money right there? CM Punk should be back by then, and it has to happen. That is money right there. Great match. Can't wait. That's the build for you. That's where they're going after this. Seth loses, blames Cody, and yeah, we see what happens after that. Next match we're talking about is another match I've enjoyed certain parts of the build to, and other parts haven't been so great, but I do believe it's going to be a really good match and a really big moment, as they call them, WrestleMania moments, for LA Knight going up against AJ Styles, the phenomenal one of my all-time favorites. Unfortunately, I do see him coming out on the losing side here, doing the job, as they say, laying down for LA Knight, but it will be a really good match. I'm really looking forward to this one. This could be a sleeper for night 2. This could, honestly, in my opinion, steal the damn show. We've got another title match to talk about, and another one that I haven't really enjoyed the build for. It's kind of like they've forgotten that Bayley won the Royal Rumble. They focus so much on Cody, talk about how much Cody was the Royal Rumble winner. What about Bayley? Well, I'll tell you what about Bayley. And Bianca's right. Why should we care about Bayley? They haven't really given us any reason to. After she split, after she was kicked out of the Damage Control Group, why should we care? What has she done for us lately? Hasn't been great. The story they've told hasn't been great. They could have done more with this. I do believe Bayley's winning the championship, though. Bayley will be going over, and Bayley will be the champion once again. They need to do more. They need to give us more reason to get behind Bayley. Will we see that hugger gimmick come out at WrestleMania? Maybe. You never know. It would be kind of cool if they kind of kicked that off and then went into other music, but who knows what's going to happen. Who knows indeed. Another championship. It's kind of like a championship night on night 2. There's a lot of championships compared to night 1. Another championship on the line. It feels like a match that was kind of thrown together. They didn't really have anything for. And I'm kind of surprised that LA Knight wasn't challenging for this title, going up against Logan Paul. I thought that was a better selection. Instead, we get this. We get Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, and Logan Paul. There is a story there, I do suppose. I've enjoyed the stuff they've done with Logan Paul and Kevin Owens, Logan Paul and Randy Orton. So I've enjoyed the stories they've been telling. And this is the end of it. And I do believe we're going to see Logan Paul walk in to WrestleMania as the United States champion and walk out. That's right. I do believe Logan Paul is getting a big win. He's deserved it. He's earned it. He needs that big win on the big stage, and it is time to happen here at WrestleMania. And I think this will cause a little bit of tension and maybe even kick off a little bit of a feud between Randy Orton and Kevin Owens after WrestleMania. That'd be pretty interesting as well. Keeping the title on Logan Paul has to happen, in my opinion. He's been phenomenal. One of the standouts yet again this year. Logan Paul. Phenomenal. And he deserves a win at WrestleMania, in my opinion. And does Randy Orton or Kevin Owens really need the United States title at this point in their career? Really? Really? Ask yourself that, if that is a sensible thing to happen. I don't think it is. Why does Logan Paul need to be dropping the title? Where are we going next? Where is that one at? Yeah, it's this one, isn't it? The match was kind of thrown together at the last minute. I'm pretty sure Karrion Kross did say that no one was going to WrestleMania. But guess what happened, Karrion? Look what happened. Your plans backfired there, didn't they? And we've got a 6-man Philadelphia street fight. Yeah, it'll be cool. It'll be cool. This will be like just a bit of a fun match, just to waste a bit of time, basically, a bit of filler, just get these guys on the card. But for me, I was looking forward to seeing what they were going to do with Lashley and the Street Profits. I thought they were going to change their characters, change who they were, like completely, do a 180. But they're kind of the same. They've just been put together as a group, and just nothing's really happened. This Final Testament group, haven't seen enough of them, really. I think they could do with the win here. I suppose Lashley and the Street Profits are kind of more established, and giving a win to the AOP and Karrion Kross would do them more good than it would for Lashley and the Street Profits, to be honest with you. They're going nowhere. They're going around in circles. A win for them wouldn't give them much, really. It would, however, hamper the build, if they're good at build, Karrion Kross and the Authors of Pain, and take them anywhere. But I don't really care about this match. I don't know what's going to happen. Let me know what you think down below. If the so-called Pride, as they're called, I've never heard them being called that before, but that's what they're calling them on Wikipedia. We know how true Wikipedia is, 100% fact. So I'll call them the Pride. I can't see the Pride winning. I'm going with, Karrion Kross and the Authors of Pain on that one. Main event should be pretty decent. Story is finally going to be told. Our tribal chief, our universal champion, has been one of the greatest champions of the modern era, the longest reigning champion, without a doubt, and everything he's gone through in his life, in his personal life, you've got to admit, he has been phenomenal. Since he's come back and won the championship, turned heel. It's been him, it's been the bloodline that made wrestling cool again. Don't get it wrong, don't get it twisted. It has been. Along with The Rock coming in as well, and a few others who are a bit of side pieces, to say the least, along the way. He's done phenomenal. He's taken this business and moved it back to where it should be. And it's in a good position now, thanks to him. And if it's time for him to take a step back and have a bit of a break and a bit of a rest and recuperate, I am not against that happening. He's been phenomenal. And if it is time, then just got to say thank you, Roman, for everything you've done. You've been brilliant as a world champion. There's no doubt about it. People can say what they want about Roman Reigns. They can doubt and not like his in-ring ability and his persona and his character and everything like that. But you can't deny what he's done for the business over this reign, his whole run as the tribal chief, the whole bloodline thing. It's been phenomenal. The storylines they've told have been brilliant. If it does continue, I'm all for it. I will not be disappointed if Roman Reigns walks out of WrestleMania as the champion. I want that to happen. I don't think Cody will be a very good world champion. I'm sorry. I think they will flop and won't know what to do with Cody. after WrestleMania. I think it won't be as good as everyone thinks it will be. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe I'm wrong. But I do think Cody's winning. My pick is Cody Rhodes to win. I don't want Cody to win, but I do think Cody will win. And we're going to go with that. Let me know what you think down below. Thank you very much for watching. Been a long one, but there's a lot of matches to get through. And I will be in and around watching WrestleMania. I may be doing a live one, depending on technical things working properly. We'll have to wait and see, but definitely doing some stuff whilst WrestleMania will be on. Hopefully doing a whole live stream if all goes well and all goes to plan. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.